Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger. And as y'all can see, man, by the looks of the title and the screen, today I am bringing y'all one of the rarest, but also one of the coolest rare build names that you're going to be seeing all year, with over 100 badges as well as contact dunks. One of the most well-rounded builds that you will be seeing as well. Going to be called the two-way three-point playmaker, or the two-way sharpshooting playmaker, y'all. Now, before we get into anything, man, I just gotta say thank God for giving me this opportunity. Thank y'all for coming through for the very first time if you are. But man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody who wants to join the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications. But can we reach 50 big likes on this banger? Go ahead and be sure to share it with your family and friends too. And now, let's go ahead and get into the making of this build. So, we're going to be making it under the small forward position, and the good thing about this build is that we're actually going to be able to make it out of multiple heights, weights, as well as wingspans. But go ahead and start it off with the small forward position. Now, when it comes down to the height, I am actually dropping it to 6'6". Then, when it comes to the weight, I'm going to go with 180, and then as for the wingspan, I'm going with 7'1". Body shape to take up the most space, I'm going to go with built, but if you want to change it up, you definitely can do so based off your own preference. But now that we have everything mainly set up, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the stats. Remember, this is easily one of the most well-rounded builds that you will be seeing all year. So, when it comes down to the stats, just be sure to follow along, make the changes along the way that you feel like basing off of your own preference. Just remember, if you do not follow along, you are subjected to changing up the build name. It really comes down to what y'all want to do, but again, I'm not going to say that you're wrong for doing anything different from what I'm showing y'all, but if you end up getting the same build name, then everything is going to work out regardless. So, close shot for the finishing side of things. We're going to go with a close shot of 77. Driving layup, going to be an 82, and to get the pro contact dunks, put the driving dunk to an 85. We get 22 badges right here. Definitely can hit around somewhere of 27 to 28. For me, I am fine with 22. Now, let's go ahead and get into that mid-range. You're going to want to go ahead and put that midi to an 81. Max out your three-pointer. That is actually what's going to be giving us the three-point name. And then, when it comes down to the free throw, put this to a 75 right there. We're going to be able to get 25 badges when it comes down to the shooting. Now, when it comes down to the playmaking, we're going to go with the pass accuracy of 85. Ball handle, 85 as well, so you will be getting pro dribble moves on this build. And then, speed with ball, we're going to go ahead and put that to an 83. And right there, we have 28 playmaking badges. Really solid in my opinion. Now, let's go ahead and see what makes this build an actual two-way. Just keep in mind that this build is getting over 100 badges, especially with the +4 that you get from winning in the college championship. Right here with the perimeter defense, we're going to go with an 89. Steal, 84. When it comes down to the block, here is where you have to take some risk in order to get the max badges. Go with a 70 block, 57 offensive rebound, and then for the defensive, we're going to go with an 81. 24 badges right there. Remember to add in the +4 that we will be getting from college. And honestly, this is easily one of the best all-around builds that you will be seeing with a really nice rare name. Now, I really try to replicate the 2K19 playmaking sharpshooter, and honestly, with lockdown takeover on this build, or if you make your own adjustments to it, the badge count regardless is going to be really solid. Now, I would just be very careful with which stats that you decide to change if you decide to go a different route. I can say that when it comes down to the playmaking, shooting, and then the defensive side, none of these are the ones that I would be touching. I wouldn't even touch the finishing. This is why I'm making it how I did. But if you wanted to, I would at least recommend taking some off the pass accuracy or even the driving layup, as long as you remain with the pro dribble moves and contact dunks. The shooting is going to be fine, as well as the defensive. But then on top of all that, we are still getting some really solid badges out of this build. So when it comes down, I can say that in my opinion, Out of all the builds that I have dropped, y'all, so far, this is my favorite build name, especially when it comes down to how versatile that this build is going to be able to do. So, with the physicals, you're going to want to max out that speed at 88. Acceleration takes a minor hit. We have to go with an 83. Vertical must be a 70, and then the stamina is going to be a 90. Now, if you want to get maxed out stamina, go ahead and change up the free throw. Put whatever you take out of the free throw into the stamina, and right there, everything is going to work out in your favor. But right here, we get the slashing takeover. We're also going to be getting the shot creating, playmaking, and then we get the lockdown. All of these really solid. It just comes down to what you want to do. I'm going to go with ankle breaking shot creating takeover. Second one, lockdown defender, extreme clamps. And as y'all can see, we have made the first ever 100 plus badge, two-way, 3-point playmaker. I have not seen this build out on YouTube yet, but when it comes down to having over 100 badges, I have not seen that either, with contact dunks and pro dribble moves and elite defense. With all that being taken into consideration, let's go ahead and take a quick look at some of our main stats. So we're going to be getting a plus 10 from the takeovers that we picked. So the shot creating going to give us a plus 10 to our shooting. Defensive lockdown going to give us a plus 10 to our defensive side of the ball. So remember also, you're going to be buying boosts, which is going to be a plus 4 when it comes down to the shooting as well as the defensive side. Then if you're running with a teammate that has floor general and defensive leader on Hall of Fame, another plus 4. So plus 10 from the takeover, plus 8 from the teammate as well as buying boosts, plus 18 in total. So let's go ahead and take a quick look. We're going to be getting a 99 mid-range shot as well as a 3-pointer, 99 perimeter defense, 99 steal. When it comes down to the block, this will be in the 80s. When it comes down to the defensive rebound, this has the potential to get to 99 too. It really comes down to which takeover you pick, if you're buying boosts and if you're running with the correct teammates. But now, let's go ahead and get into the build breakdown. So what you want to go ahead and do with these badges, go ahead and put on Fearless Finisher, Gold, Limitless Takeoff, Posterizer on the max, Slithery Finisher as well, and then from here I'm going to go with Unstrippable as well as either bronze, or you could go with one silver badge if you can find one that you really like. For me, I'm just going to go ahead and say that whichever you feel most comfortable with, go ahead and pick those specific badges, y'all. But now, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. I'm going to start it off with Hot Zone Hunter on gold as well as Hall of Fame Sniper. So from there, I'm going with Silver Blinders as well as Deadeye. The rest of the way, go ahead and pick badges that you personally like and feel are going to up your game as well as your shooting percentages. I really like Green Machine as well. Stop and Pop is going to be another really good badge to put on. From there, if you want to go with Corner Specialist, you definitely can do so, or you could go with Catch and Shoot, Clutch Shooter, or even change anything of the setup that I just showed y'all. But now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. We got 28 badges that we're going to be able to work with here. So for me, I am going with Gold, Quick First Step, as well as Handles for Days. From there, I'm adding in Triple Threat Juke, Silver, Unpluckable, Gold Hyperdrive. We got 8 more remaining badges that we're going to be able to use from here. So if you want to, you could even go ahead and throw on Tight Handles. I really like Downhill as well on Gold or Silver, but if you feel like changing anything up, you could even add in Glue Hands, but you cannot forget about Bullet Passer or Bailout. At least run these on bronze. If you want to go with silver, you definitely can do that. But now, let's go ahead and get into the defensive side of things. I'm going to go with silver Chase Down Artist, bronze Rim Protector, gold Clamps, and then silver Intimidator. Now, the rest of the way, I would really consider which badges you put on. For me, I am going with silver Tireless Defender as well as Pickpocket. Remember, Interceptor is going to be another really good badge for the animations. I like Hustler as well as Chase Down Artist. But if you were to change anything up about this build, there are some badges that I highly recommend that you should keep on the highest tier possible. For me, I would say Chase Down Artist. You can go with Clamps if you want to, and then Intimidator. For the last couple of badges, if you feel like putting them on whichever one that you feel most personally strong about, go ahead and do so. But I feel like if you're running a setup that you are comfortable with, everything will work out in your favor as long as you go about it the right way. But this is something of the final setup that I would run with: 24 defensive, 28 playmaking, 25 shooting, and then 22 finishing. I just gotta say thank God, man, for giving me this opportunity to be able to be a part of your lives, but also just be able to share this moment in time. I just want you to know that I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to the late uploads. Just know that I got y'all every single day. Do not worry about it. We got Friday coming tomorrow, so just know I got the bangers in store this weekend for y'all. So man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join the Rich Gang family, RGF, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but do not forget to hit that like button, y'all. Can we go ahead and get 50 likes on this banger? Be sure to share it with your family and friends. And last but not least, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.